What is going on, everybody? Sports expert here, and we are here with our MLB rumor video today, as we had some trade rumors come out today, some intriguing stuff. And yeah, before we start the video, please hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Turn on the post notification bell if you're a baseball fan. We're going to try to do these videos every day. Hit the like button, comment what you think. Would really appreciate that, guys. So yeah, hitting the commenting and liking helps us in the algorithm. Would appreciate that very much. Helps my channel and helps the baseball community. So yeah, the Yankees and the Padres are two teams that are going to be looking for starting pitching upgrades at the deadline, and slash depth, and they may trade for this World Series winning pitcher, as the Texas Rangers are expected to become sellers at the deadline, barring a drastic turnaround, and guys that could become available are starting pitchers Max Scherzer, Michael Lorenzen, and Andrew Heaney. Kirby Yates and David Robertson, relievers, will also be in that discussion. The New York Yankees and the San Diego Padres are expected to stay aggressive for pitching, and Scherzer may be an option for both. So the Rangers have underperformed after winning the World Series as the defending champs. Barring a drastic turnaround, it does feel like they may be ending things this season, as things just aren't going very well, and maybe they can get value for some of their rental guys, and maybe some of their guys they have under contract for another year. So Max Scherzer obviously would be the big name, with the starting pitching market looking, a bit minimal. A guy like Scherzer could still bring in a very good return, as long as also a all-star from last year in Lorenzen and Andrew Heaney, who's a former 110 strikeout guy in 72 innings with the Dodgers. He's a solid strikeout pitcher. He's pitched very well as of late. These guys could bring back decent value for a Rangers team. They could possibly look for pieces that could help them next year, whether they're prospects who are ready for the MLB or players who they could insert in their lineups right now. We'll see what happens there. Some more younger players. And Kirby Yates, who made the All-Star team, David Robertson, they're guys they may try to field offers on, but the Rangers season has been kind of lost. But the New York Yankees and the Padres are going to be staying in talks as long as the deadline nears. So watch out for those two teams as we near the trade deadline. The Philadelphia Phillies, they are looking for some hitting with guys like Kyle Schwarber and JT Realmuto and Bryce Harper on the injured list, some guys that are injured. They are looking for some hitting, and a guy they really like, according to Bob Nightingale, is Oakland A's DH/outfielder Brent Rooker. So the Philadelphia Phillies, they've had injury problems this year. They do have a spot in the outfield that could be used up, but they really want to go after a guy like Brent Rooker, another guy that could possibly be inserted as a designated hitter. It's definitely interesting because they already have a couple of outfielders such as Kyle Schwarber and Nick Castellanos who aren't very good defensively, and Rooker's not a guy that's too hot defensively. The Phillies seem to really like his power and what he can bring in a lineup. His OPS is almost at 900 with 18 homers already this season, hitting around 280 for the Oakland A's. So maybe the Phillies think they can get him cheaper than what they may be able to get for other top controllable hitters. Maybe that's the thinking there, because I don't know if the fit is right. Maybe it's a bit questionable. But no doubt Brent Rooker is a very solid hitter. It's just the fit and where things may go from there if they do acquire him. Marlins starting pitcher Jesus Luzardo is on the injured list at this moment, but is getting significant interest from MLB teams needy of pitching. So with how minimal the starting pitching market is, there's teams actually going after pitchers who are on the injured list right now, and rightfully so, with a guy like Jesus Luzardo, who's very talented and has control beyond this year. The Marlins are going to be definite sellers at the deadline. With a lot of the non-sellers, they could even go after a huge fire sale. They already traded Luis Arraez early on in the season to the San Diego Padres, and maybe AJ Preller gets aggressive again. Maybe he goes after Luzardo. They've had some injuries in the rotation, such as Yu Darvish and Joe Musgrove, and it's been up and down at times. Dylan Cease is good, but he struggled lately. So you kind of want a guy that can, eat some innings and be a very productive starter as you go on a stretch run here in the second half of the season. A guy like Jesus Luzardo could really work out for a team like the Padres. There's other teams like the Cleveland Guardians, the Baltimore Orioles, the maybe the San Francisco Giants if they want to buy. Maybe they can go after another starting pitcher. So it's looking like Luzardo, despite being on the IL, there is potential he could be traded, but maybe the Marlins don't want to sell too low on him. And last but not least, the Washington Nationals made a roster move today. They have DFA'd outfielder Nick Senzel for assignment as he will look for a new home. Senzel, he may have options left, not too sure, but I feel like he would go after free agency regardless and maybe look for a minor league deal where he can go up in the majors quick, or maybe even a major league deal with somebody else. He's a former top prospect that just hasn't really panned out. He looked good early on with the Washington Nationals, but he really cooled down and never really got that thump back. And that's two outfielders they've DFA'd in the past week. First, Eddie Rosario, who signed a minor league deal to go back to the Atlanta Braves, and now Nick Senzel, as he is going to look for a new home. Maybe the Reds look at him with a guy like TJ Friedl being out. They've had to rely on guys like Jonathan Hurt to bees this season. That hasn't been ideal. So maybe Senzel returns there. We'll see what happens there, but maybe he can be a reclamation project somewhere. Is it likely? Don't know, but always the hope there. As they also DFA'd Victor Robles, who hit a home run today for the Mariners, his first in a Mariners uniform. So they definitely shuffled the outfield a bit this season. So I appreciate everyone being here. Sports Expert here. Please hit the subscribe button if you're new. Once again, turn on the post notification bell so you don't miss any of these videos. Like the video, comment what you think. I'm out, guys. Sports Expert here. That's our MLB rumor / news video of the day. Peace.